Donald Trump just criticized Hakeem Jeffries, revealing why he is against him becoming the next president. Trump started a new anti-campaign against Jeffries and said that he will do everything he can to prevent him from becoming the next president. According to Trump, he will expose all of these lies from these politicians like Hakeem Jeffries, and these videos are just part of this process. As Trump revealed, for our future, it is important that Democratic Party has better morally correct politicians. So Democrats must come up with a better candidate. That is why Trump posted a political AI-edited video that took the internet by storm, then followed with another the next day, and the clips hit Jeffries where he lives, and exposes his lies. This is a very interesting story, so let's explain everything. So, Trump started a giant political campaign against Hakeem Jeffries, and it seems like that Trump is doing a lot of political damage to Jeffries by releasing videos and posts about him. As you know, Jeffries said that since Trump won the election, he is becoming a dictator, and according to Jeffries, democracy is on the line. But according to Trump, this is a lie, and his presidency is proof that Jeffries is lying. And Trump denounced Jeffries many times on the social media platform X. He accused him of lying about Trump's stance on democracy. And in response to this situation, Trump posted AI-altered clip that shows Chuck Schumer at a podium and Hakeem Jeffries beside him wearing a sombrero and a fake mustache while mariachi music plays. Jeffries called it disgusting in an MSNBC interview and labeled the move bigotry. He also said, "When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face." That line was meant to project strength, but it also put the spotlight exactly where Trump wanted it, on the video. On Tuesday, with the shutdown deadline just hours away, Trump doubled down. He took Jeffries' MSNBC rebuttal and posted another AI edit, again adding the mustache and sombrero, and this time he amped it up by dropping multiple mariachi versions of the president into the frame as Jeffries spoke. 2 videos in 24 hours, both centered on one image. Hakeem Jeffries framed as a caricature. The message from Trump was simple: I control the clip everyone is reacting to. Jeffries tried a 2-track response. First, he dared Trump to confront him personally. Say it to my face. Second, he pushed the "do your job" frame, telling MSNBC that the president should be focused on governing, not stoking bigoted stereotypes. He's trying to pull the fight back to policy in the shutdown. But the problem with video warfare is that the clip itself becomes the headline and policy becomes the second paragraph. Republicans quickly set their line. According to multiple reports, Vice President J.D. Vance described the AI-edited videos as a joke. The goal is obvious: drain moral outrage of its power by branding it parody. Meanwhile, Democrats escalated pressure inside the Capitol. Rep. Madeleine Dean confronted Speaker Mike Johnson over the president posting the altered video of Jeffries and Schumer. Now that tells you the videos weren't just online chatter, they jumped into the governance fight. The shutdown clock made all of this heavier. A deal had to be struck by Wednesday just after midnight to avoid a closure. Trump's first AI video landed ahead of that deadline. His second arrived hours before the buzzer. When he also posted photos from the Oval meeting, Schumer, Jeffries, John Thune, Mike Johnson, the pictures carried their own message. In one shot, Trump points at Jeffries with a sneer. And right there on the Resolute desk, hats read, "Trump 2028. He knows how to fill a frame." Jeffries tried to counter-program by widening the lens. He called the videos malignant distractions and argued that they were designed to throw Democrats off their work for the American people. He also responded on social media by posting a photo of Trump with Jeffrey Epstein, a blunt attempt to flip the moral weight back onto Trump. It's not a fact-check move, that's a punch meant to remind viewers of something darker and to make the AI clip look small by comparison. But here's what makes Trump's approach effective with his base. The videos are obviously altered, and that's part of the point. When something is obviously fake, traditional outrage loses some of its grip. Supporters call it humor, critics call it bigotry, and the president turns the argument itself into content. He has done this for years. Use a loud, simple visual to force everyone to respond on his terms. The more people repeat the clip, the more he wins attention. Now let's talk about why the target matters. Hakeem Jeffries is the House Democratic leader. During shutdown week, he is one of the 2 most important Democrats in the room next to the Senate leader. If you knock him off balance with a cultural fight, even for 48 hours, you make him spend energy on message defense instead of budget offense. That is the real field here. Attention is the currency, not just votes on the floor. Allies on the right frame the edits as parody, while Democrats press the seriousness of the moment. MSNBC host gave Jeffries a soft landing to make the case that bigotry will get you nowhere. But in the next beat, Trump reposted that very segment with the same costume overlay, turning their airtime into his raw material. That is the loop. He doesn't wait for coverage and then react, he takes the coverage and bakes it into the next hit. Now zoom out to the back and forth in recent days. Trump also shared multiple images from the Oval Office session with the four leaders. 2 photos show everyone in serious conversation. One shows Trump pointing at Jeffries. The desk, topped with Trump 2028 hats, added a quiet threat, a visual way of saying he's already playing on the next board. For viewers, those shots paired with the AI edits to tell one story. He's in control of the room and the meme at the same time. Jeffries' best line politically was the one about work. We need from the president an individual who actually is focused on doing his job. That's clean. It points back to the shutdown and puts the burden on the White House. But the risk is that we're not in a policy media environment. We are in a clip environment. And in a clip environment, the person who produces the most shareable video sets the conversation. On Monday and Tuesday, that person was not Hakeem Jeffries. So did Trump destroy him? In a messaging sense, yes. Not because the videos were high art, but because they forced Jeffries to spend 2 full news cycles denying, condemning, and reframing while the shutdown clock ticked. When a leader has to say it to my face, he's already acknowledged that the opponent got under his skin. That's how you measure damage in a clip war. Who is reacting and who is choosing the battlefield. There's also a reason that Trump chose stereotype visuals. They are loud, easy to decode, and guaranteed to spark media coverage that repeats them, even while condemning them. Now you can hate the tactic and still admit the effect. The more TV says this is disgusting, the more people see the sombrero image. That's the paradox. Outrage spreads the product. At the same time, Democrats push back with their own visuals and language. Jeffries posted the Epstein photo. Liberal hosts labeled the video vile. House Democrats leaned on the speaker. That response tells you they realized the videos were not just internet noise, they were part of a negotiation atmosphere. A shutdown fight is about pressure. If you can paint the other side's leader as ridiculous, you tilt pressure your way in the court of public opinion. Let's check the legal and cultural line. J.D. Vance calling it a joke is a clear attempt to keep this in the parody zone. As long as the edits are obviously fake, many viewers will treat them as political cartoons, not disinformation. That gives the White House room to wave off criticism and say, relax, it's humor. Jeffries wants the opposite frame. This isn't harmless, it's bigotry and distraction. Those 2 frames will keep colliding all year. Another thing to notice, Trump didn't only post videos, he posted meeting photos that hinted at hierarchy and conflict. Him pointing, others listening. Visual signaling matters. If you're trying to project that you run the room and you run the narrative, you post both the governing shot and the trolling shot. It's a 2-pronged message. I'm in the chair, and I'm in your head. What about the substance of the shutdown? Jeffries said Democrats are focused on work for the American people. That line sets expectations. If the government stays open, he can say the work got done despite the noise. If it closes, he can point back at the videos and say, this is why. Trump's camp will flip that. The edits were jokes, the Democrats wanted a crisis, and the president pushed for a deal while they chased feelings. Both sides are pre-writing the blame.